Ukrainian forces continue to advance across multiple fronts, combining precision strikes with ground operations to reclaim territory and weaken Russian defensive positions. In the Donetsk region, paratroopers from Ukraine's 82nd Air Assault Brigade have successfully liberated and cleared the village of Sukhietske, located near Pokrovsk. This operation involved coordinated infantry and reconnaissance efforts to remove entrenched Russian forces, secure the village, and restore local civilian control. Ukrainian units reported minimal disruption to residents and quickly established defensive positions to prevent counterattacks, signaling both tactical proficiency and careful planning in urban and semi-urban combat scenarios. The liberation of Sukhietske and simultaneous strikes on critical Russian infrastructure illustrate Ukraine's integrated approach to the conflict. Ground operations reclaim key villages and towns, undermining Russian defensive lines, while precision long-range strikes strain the logistical and command networks supporting Russia's military presence. These developments reinforce Ukraine's strategic momentum in the east and signal to both domestic and international audiences that Kyiv continues to regain initiative on the battlefield, combining territorial gains with pressure on the enemy's rear areas to shape the broader course of the war. Ukrainian forces have recently achieved another tactical success in the Donetsk region with the liberation of the village of Torsk. Troops advancing in the area managed to clear Russian positions, reclaiming control of key streets and strategic points within the settlement. During the operation, Ukrainian units captured a number of Russian soldiers, further weakening enemy manpower in the sector and providing valuable intelligence on Russian deployments and defensive arrangements. The liberation of Torsk reflects a broader pattern of Ukrainian advances in eastern Ukraine, combining infantry assaults with artillery and drone reconnaissance to minimize Ukrainian casualties while maximizing the disruption of Russian forces. Securing the village not only restores control over local infrastructure and access routes, but also bolsters the morale of Ukrainian troops and local residents, demonstrating that Russian-occupied areas remain vulnerable to coordinated counteroffensives. This operation underscores Ukraine's ongoing focus on regaining territory in the Donetsk region, while simultaneously degrading Russian combat capabilities through both captures and tactical pressure, contributing to the cumulative erosion of Russia's frontline positions in the area. An assault group from the 3rd Battalion of the 225th Assault Brigade ambushed Russian transport near Vorony village. Russians traveling in a buggy were stopped by rifle fire, then struck with coordinated fire as infantry retreated to nearby tree lines. The 225th Assault Brigade of Ukraine has become a key force in frontline operations, specializing in rapid offensive maneuvers and combined arms assaults. Its units coordinate closely with artillery, drones, and reconnaissance teams to penetrate Russian defensive lines, capture strategic positions, and disrupt enemy supply routes. The brigade's mobility and precision make it a vital component of Ukraine's counteroffensive efforts across contested regions. A bomber drone of the Ukrainian Security Service struck an S-300/400 launcher on combat duty with a pair of small bombs. The SSU press service released footage of the strike. According to the published video, the attack took place at night. A reconnaissance aircraft equipped with a thermal imaging camera detected a pair of launchers positioned for combat, after which a bomber drone was deployed to neutralize them. The two small bombs dropped by the drone did not hit the containers with the surface-to-air missiles, but struck the vehicle itself. Their explosive power was insufficient to cause the missiles to detonate from the near impact. It is likely that this strike did not destroy the launcher, but only temporarily disabled it. Unfortunately, the video quality does not allow determining whether the struck system was an S-300 or the S-400, its newer, longer-range version. In addition to the air defense system, SSU drone operators also targeted several pieces of armored equipment, including tanks, a significant number of vehicles and motorcycles, and performed a strike on the invaders' motor pool. Previously, the SSU destroyed 2 light aircraft. The invaders had stationed them at an airfield in the temporarily occupied part of the Zaporizhzhia region and used them to shoot down Ukrainian long-range UAVs. Drones of the 422nd Battalion of the Unmanned Systems Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine struck the energy infrastructure of the occupied cities of Berdyansk and Melitopol, which the enemy had been using for its own purposes. The unit's press service released a video showing the moments of the strikes. According to the military, while these attacks will cause power outages in households located in the temporarily occupied territories, they will also deal a blow to the enemy's capabilities. Primarily, this refers to cutting power to Russian barracks, disrupting the operations of headquarters, radar posts, and other critical elements of Russia's infrastructure. The enemy is actively attempting to use captured infrastructure to enhance its own capabilities in various areas. This applies not only to schools, but also to territories where training grounds, command posts, and temporary barracks for personnel are being set up. Militarny previously reported that the commander of the Unmanned Systems Forces released footage of Ukrainian drones striking the gas distribution stations used by the occupying forces. Images captured by long-range FP-2 kamikaze drones show fires at the Shastia gas station in the Luhansk region, which supplied power to the Luhansk thermal power plant. More nonsense from Orban. Despite the fact that Trump has explicitly stated he will not meet with Putin until Russia demonstrates real steps toward peace, the Hungarian clown falsely claims that European leaders are the reason the meeting in Budapest was cancelled. The Trump-Putin meeting in Budapest will happen, just not within a week, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban said. European leaders have complicated potential meetings by calling Putin a war criminal, while Trump has not, and can therefore meet with the Russian dictator, Orban added.
Since Donald Trump became the president of the United States, big things happen in 2 days. Well, the last time the Middle East Peace Summit was convened, which is a more complicated situation than the Ukrainian war. The decision was made on Saturday noon, and by Monday afternoon, signatures were there and half the world was present.
So meetings can be arranged in 2 or 3 days. Here in Europe, they know exactly that the Peace Summit is still on the agenda. It just might not happen within a week. The timing is uncertain, but there is no doubt that it will happen. Well, everyone knows that.
The Russians will come to an agreement with the Americans. The problem here, the Europeans' problem, is that they have declared the Russian president a war criminal, even placing him on the shelf of Beelzebub, and they have a problem meeting with the Russian president. The American president has never done such a thing, so he can meet with the Russian president anytime. The Europeans suffer from the fact that although we should also negotiate, everyone feels that a direct European-Russian summit is needed. But how does this come together after what the Europeans have said and done? So if you don't think ahead, get carried away, or only think short-term, sooner or later you pay the price.
And here's the proof directly from Trump.
Russia have to do for you to reschedule your meeting with Putin?
We're going to have to know that we're going to make a deal. I'm not going to be wasting my time. I've always had a great relationship with Vladimir Putin, but this has been very disappointing. I thought this would have gone long before peace in the Middle East. I mean, we have Azerbaijan and Armenia. That was very tough. In fact, Putin told me on the phone, he said, boy, that was amazing, because everybody tried to get that done and they couldn't. I got it done. You had others that, if you look at India and Pakistan, I could say almost any one of the deals that I've already done I thought would have been more difficult than Russia and Ukraine, but it didn't work out that way. There's a lot of hatred between the two. Between Zelensky and Putin, there's tremendous hatred.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.